Have you ever played a game that on the surface looked like it could totally be a sleeper hit, but just wound up being a sleeper? Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and I am back with another mini game review. Recently, I was sent a code for Ancestors Legacy on the Nintendo Switch, and I was actually super pumped because it looked like that type of game that might be a little janky from the box art, like screenshots and stuff like that, but it could potentially be really awesome. Unfortunately, that wasn't totally the case. Now, if you couldn't already tell, this game was sent to me, but all of the thoughts that I've expressed are my own, and the developer has no influence over this review in any way. Now, before we dive into the review, if you are new here or you just haven't yet, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so that you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the review. So first up are the visuals. They are actually pretty darn good for how much is happening on the screen at once. From afar, everything looks and plays great, and the cutscenes are actually pretty good. This all remains true even partially zoomed in. However, once you zoom in all the way, then the tearing in the seams really starts to show. Don't get me wrong, the models still look good, but the animations are just flat out broken. Instead of characters walking around, it becomes static models floating around instead. It was quite jarring when I first saw it happen. It's a shame too, because that really is my only complaint about the visuals. Other than the floating mannequins dressed like Vikings, the visuals were pretty solid. The sound in the game wasn't bad, but it also didn't really stand out. It did, however, have a major balancing issue in my opinion. What I mean by that is the volume leveling between background music and sound effects is not equal at all. The sound effects of armies fighting were way too loud, and I ended up needing to adjust it in the settings to at least make it tolerable. The background ambient sounds and music were okay, but the battle sounds, man, that was rough. So the gameplay wasn't at all what I expected. From the screenshots, I thought the game was going to be kind of like a first or third person Viking battle kind of game. Ancestors Legacy, however, is completely different than that. It's an isometric yet sort of top-down squad-based strategy game. Think Command & Conquer without the building trees and with a coat of Viking paint over the top. It's pretty fun, actually. The visual issues definitely take away from the overall immersion for me, but the core gameplay is there and it isn't too bad. The game definitely has some depth to it, and I do really enjoy RTS games, but not having the building trees, at least not in the first couple hours of me playing the game, makes me not want to really dive into the game much further than I already did. If you enjoy the squad-based fighting mechanics of some games, though, you'll probably like this game. Overall, I have mixed feelings about this game. It looks good and has some solid underlying gameplay mechanics, but there are definitely some visual and audio issues. They don't completely ruin the game, but they definitely diminish the experience in my opinion. If you think you can overlook those issues, then you would probably have a lot of fun with this game. So there you have it everyone, those are my thoughts on Ancestors Legacy for the Nintendo Switch. Not an amazing game, not a horrible game. Has some issues, but not totally broken. If you have this game or think you might pick it up, let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, please be sure to also consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so that you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Also, if you're interested in helping support the channel like the other patrons that get listed at the end of the videos, then please consider checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/GameDadShow, or checking out our merch available now at tpublic.com/GameDadShow. Now, recently, I have also partnered with Glisco to get you all 10% off site-wide using code GD10 at checkout. Glisco makes amazing accessories for all the most popular consoles and setups. So please be sure to check them out at glistco.com. I will also have all of this information listed in the description below. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.